All right, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Six of Stones and Exploitation. We talked about this last week. We had a rough week going on, and we talked about being exploited and using the resources right, and it's kind of much the same story here. So it's we don't want to overuse our resources, because what that does is that causes an imbalance, and that's damaging, to your walk on your spirit's path. All right. Now, think about the resources that you have when you're walking. You've got all these major arcana cards here. They're a great resource. All right. But if you continue going to them for questions, you continue going to them for advice, you are going to come across to them like you're not learning. All right, and part of your spiritual growth is to learn along the way. And, unfortunately for these folks, they haven't learned. They've got the beehives in the back that are all used up. You got fire going in the background because somebody's, misused the land. And then there's a broken rake. All right, so obviously they didn't take heed to the message of what was, going on. But it's that flawed belief of being entitled to something, that you're entitled to use those resources, to gain, more for yourself. Okay, maybe it's finances. If you use resources wrongly, you're not going to be able to have the financial ability to move forward in buying a house or buying a car, because you've used your resources foolishly. If you don't ration your food when you're out, on a hike or on a bike or something like that, you'll get to a point where if you don't resupply, you've used those resources wrong, because now when it comes time to eat, you don't have anything to eat. Same thing with water. If you ration and use those resources wisely, that water will last you a little bit longer, as you're out on a bike or you're out on a, hike or whatever. The other piece of that too, with water, if there's an opportunity to fill your water bottle up or to get food, do so. Don't bypass the opportunity up, because then you're not using that resource correctly. The universe has put it in your path for a reason. All right, and if you think, well, I'll just wait till I get to the next stop, in my experience, you may not get to that next stop until the next day. All right, and you need those resources now. So. The other part about the exploitation is we watch our, different government systems with financial and health and education and government. We see these things break down because they don't use the resources wisely. All right, and when that happens, we lose faith in the government. And when you lose faith in the government, chaos starts to reign. All right, but it's having that faith and having that ability to trust in what our leaders are doing. Now, granted, we go through an election process, all right, and whether that's it's supposed to be fair for all to vote. Some people believe otherwise, but you know what? Those that are in power are in power. The only thing you can do right now is pray for them. Pray that they make the right decisions that'll benefit you. All right, and you have that resource available. All right. However you want to pray. Pray to the universe, pray to your God, pray to the elders and the spirits, to help your leaders out. Okay, however you want to do it. And you can just go out there and lift, you don't have to lift your hands. You can just say, you know what, Lord? I pray that you give the leaders of our country the right ability to make the decisions that are going to affect me and my family, my loved ones. And when you do that, you end up gaining faith in the universe, gaining faith in the government a little bit, gaining faith in your leaders. All right, you have that resource readily available in everything that you do. It's just a matter of tapping into it and using it. All right, and the other piece of this too is we really need to be aware of the resources that we use in the world. All right. As I get a little bit older every day, I try to recycle a little bit more. I try to, do things that are better for our world and better for our universe. And that's part of my spiritual path as I'm moving forward. It's also preparing me for what I have to do on my journey, the spiritual journey that I'm on. All right, and it doesn't stop. It continues to move. Okay, so take note of that Six of Stones, that exploitation, making sure that you use your resources right. Because yesterday we talked about the rebirth again, and it came up 2 weeks ago, right after this card. Maybe a couple days later. But if you were reborn into doing something different, let go of that past. Maybe in the past you didn't use those resources correctly. All right. Now it's giving you that opportunity to tell you, as it keeps coming up with the rebirth card, use your resources. Use what you have, okay, to help you along your spiritual path. Drink of those cups. Let go of the past. Learn from your mistakes, okay, and move forward. All right? Don't burn the bridges, but use those resources correctly. You were at home. Maybe you were, seeing family. Felt that was going to be a reborn situation. And then you find out, what? There was a reason why I left home. All right? I feel secure there. I know I always have a place to, put my head down. I know I've got the stability at home. But maybe there's family members that you just feel exploit you. Okay? Same thing at work. If home is work, maybe you feel that there's workers, co-workers that you have that are exploiting you. All right? Turn that around. Use them for resources. Okay? Use it for a positive for you on your spiritual journey. If you're at home and your parents and your family's, exploiting you, don't let that happen. Look at it and say, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. How would you react in this situation? Ask them for advice. Use them as a resource. Hey, maybe I'm down on my luck a little bit. Do you mind if I, crash here? Is there some work I can do around the house? Use your skill set that you have. As you're being reborn, you're moving on from past mistakes, so you're not exploiting them. All right. The hooded man had you look within. All right. And he's not exploiting those resources. All right. He's got that lamp of sunshine, to light his way. And he's talking to the wisest bird out there, the wren. And he's asking him, what do we need to tell this journeyer on his journey? What do we need to tell this wanderer as he's coming through us? And the wren's looking at him saying, you need to use the resources right. The seer has got that cloak of wisdom, and she wants to help guide you on your path. She is guiding you on the path. She's looking into the waters. She may speak in riddles, all right? But at the same time that she's speaking in riddles, and she's using that wisdom, all right, you have to listen intently to ensure that you're using your resources wisely. Use her wisely. All right, use the knowledge that she has of the wildwood forest to help nurture your walk. Once again, drink of the waters with that rebirth. That was 5 days ago. And then you've got the green man. He wants you to take up that kingship within the wildwood forest. Him and the seer want you to succeed on this path. They are vital resources for you as you're moving forward. Look to them for that creativity and that strength. Look to the seer for that wisdom and that guidance. The shaman was out there. That just dropped off here not too long ago. Use that resource to help manifest what you want. Go back to 2 weeks ago when you had the campfire with the 2 knights and the king and queen of vessels. All right? They were resources to help get you back into the flow of spirit, to show you where your emotions need to be channeled, okay? To show where you need to be quick in your decisions and slow in your decisions, making sure that you had everything, dotted correctly and crossed correctly before you started your journey. And every journey is not easy. Some are tough, All right? But if you know going in that you've got the confidence and that you can use the resources that are out there, all those people that are in your ear, the green man, the shaman, the seer, the hooded man, by using those resources, you can make your journey that much easier. So that's today's message of the day, that 6 Stones exploitation, use of resources the right way. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and leave your comments down below. This is D for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.